to the stage. This guy is unbelievable. He is a serial entrepreneur. He's the owner of New Venture Escrow. He's built businesses. He has sold businesses. He is a tech entrepreneur as well. We invited Casey to come share some cool stuff on the stage. I want you to pay close attention to what he shares. And as he's talking, I'm sure there'll be a slider, his name will pull up. He's doing a regular podcast. He's growing viewership. This guy gets the content game. And he's a very good friend of mine, Casey LeBlanc. Come see. Get him.
All right, is this thing on? Okay, so I was definitely not going to tell this story today, but when I saw that calendar, Craig, stay close because this story is about you. Your fearless leader, 15 years ago, I was introduced to him, and we had coffee, one of these coffees he was talking about down in Little Italy here. And he sits down, he is so slick, right? So there's two hard-charging, A-type personalities sitting across from each other, and he's pitching not the American dream, this was probably just a dream. And after 5 minutes, I'm like, I didn't really have a budget for what he was talking about, and I was putting up walls. Imagine a seller at a $5 million home who's meeting with 20 agents. That was me that day. So Craig sits down and he keeps going in. He's got something for every objection that I have. I look over and I just said, I just don't think I'm gonna be a buyer. And he, instead of charging harder, he stops and he goes, you know what? I'm gonna give you 6 months of value. If after those 6 months, you don't see any value, we part as friends. He didn't do just 6 months. He did 6 years. He wouldn't take my money. I kept going, hey, Craig, can we do something together? He was like, nah, you told me no that day. So and based on the pictures I saw earlier, he probably needed the money really bad back then. But the reason I tell that story is because it was about a relationship. I'm sure originally he was like, well, I kind of want $2,000 from this guy. Didn't know him. But over the last 15 years, we've become friends. We've bonded over entrepreneurship. We've bonded over being healthy, mindset. So we get together all the time. 90% of you in this room, I can't do business with as an escrow company. However, I wanted to support Craig, right? So over the years, we do deals together that have gotten much bigger than just a sponsorship. So that relationship has blossomed into one of my best friends. That's me. I will talk a little bit about closing. So one of the things I want to talk about today is, you guys, American dream is to drive business, to drive people to sites, to all that stuff. I have no idea what you guys go through. Then you guys get into contract, right? That's what you do as an agent, licensed agent. You negotiate. I don't have anything to do with that. What I do know is that at New Venture Escrow, we close anywhere from 300 to 500 deals a month. 2 agents on each of those. We're seeing 1,000 agents every single month. So what do they do different? Well, I'll tell you what they do different on the closing. They leverage their partner. Have you guys ever talked to your title rep and said, hey, can you come to my AD TV shoot and do a behind the scenes? We talked about maybe doing an outtake. Content is not just the creation of the final product, it's how did you get there? Be relatable. We have reps all throughout here. We would love the opportunity to sit down with agents like you and just shoot behind the scenes, right? Do something funny, do something different, do something unique. So all the polished product is great, but people relate to what was something you said that screwed up, right? What was something that didn't make the final edit? All that stuff is content. Have your rep go with you. Have your rep consult with you. Lastly, and then I'll let everybody, I think Craig actually, one other thing, I think because he didn't take my money a long time ago and I had to, we work for free, he's like, you know what, I'm gonna throw this guy up right before lunch. Let's see if he can keep their attention for 5 minutes. So anyway, the last thing I'll leave you with is this. The best agents that we work with, and we do work with a lot, they don't look at us as a vendor. They look at us as a strategic partner. I challenge you to work with your title and escrow company much deeper. They offer a lot of different skills and abilities for your closing, right? It's not about getting the deal open, it's about getting the deal closed, and the consumer will realize that experience, the person that you handed that deal to, that experience, that 30-day escrow is really important. We're gonna be floating around, I specifically will be floating around looking for the open bar. And so if you do want to talk about how to leverage that relationship, how to treat a vendor like a strategic partner, we'll be around all day today. So thank you very much.
All right, guys. You know what's kind of funny about that story? The one that's entirely true. I was trying to pitch it to sponsor our radio show that nobody listened to for $2,500 a month. And you're right, you have not given me a dime for 15 years. But I got responsive because I called him like last week. I'm like, dude, we're like so in the red on this thing. Will you just sponsor? He's like, I do escrow in California. You have people come from all over the country. I'm like, I know. But we'll get like pictures of you on stage in front of a lot of people. So, here's my ask. We're gonna go to lunch. Can we stand up and cheer for him and give him that?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
See you, buddy. Thank you.